I am live. It is time to play some Christmas music and some Bach. Not really. And Bach Minuet Part 2. Let's tweet that. Tweet. And then let's go post the link on the website. My name is Gary, and I am the director of the Rocky Mountain Ukulele Orchestra, and all of our instructional material that I post, is on jollyrogerukulele.com. You should go there and pick up the info. It's awesome. Sheet music, how to play, cats with Santa hats on. It's all awesome. And we're here for ukulele at 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock my time every day. And we usually do a little bit easier stuff at 1 o'clock, or at the easier stuff at noon hour, more difficult stuff at the 1 o'clock time slot. And of course, obviously, wherever you are, you have to adjust the time for your setting. Nice big group of people that show up all day long. We also have baritone, ukulele, guitar, and harmonica going through that site as well. So plenty of fun stuff to keep us all working. And let's see, did I tweet that? I did. Oh, I didn't put my face on it. Oh, you want to put my face on the tweeter thing is pretty sweet. It used to not have that, and now it does. And so I can tweet all these classes. Hey, Lynn's in from New Jersey, and Evelyn is in from Ecuador. Evelyn, I'm befuddled why that link didn't show up on the website, because I feel 85% confident that it was there initially, and I feel terrible about that. So, trying to think. I don't think there's any way for me to fix it at this point. So, the recording's there. You can go down and check it, Evelyn. I'm sorry. Vic, great stuff and good sound. Yeah, we have good music here today. How Hapudi to you, Melissa. Welcome in. I am having a major pain in my back shoulder blade. I'm starting to think that I'm getting old. Last class of the day. My second to last class of the day. What are we doing in the last class of the day? So today, in this class, we are doing Up on a Housetop, which is super fun to play. And then we are also doing part 2 of the Minuet, Minuet Suite. And it used to be by Bach, now it's by Petzold. And then in next hour, we're going to be doing Bring a Torch, Jeanette Isabella, which is a song that I love, and everybody else tells me it's stupid, but I don't care what they think. So there we go. Let's see, what time is it? 12:06. Hey, let's get started. It's going to be a short class today. Valerie sounds like she's had enough of me for the week, for a Tuesday. And so we do have a pretty short class. Both of the pieces that we're going to be working on here, pretty straightforward. And so let's go grab them and see how we can get through them. Ukulele. Did I download this already? I'm hoping I did. Ukulele. I don't see it here. We may have to start with the other one. I'm going to get the connection started just in case. Let's see, downloads. I thought I had this down already. Where is it? Ukulele. I've been having problems with things not showing up where they're supposed to be. And I'm sure that it's me, but I do know how to do this. I don't have it. All right, so let's take a second to download. You talk amongst yourselves. We want to do Up on the Housetop. And click. Patience, Grasshopper, Jolly Roger, songs. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, there's that. And then I got to make sure it goes into the right folder as I download it. Download into ukulele. And then go back to the cloud. Go all the way to the bottom to the list. We're getting so many songs, you guys. I hope that you're getting good at one of them, right? Up on the Housetop, ukulele, download. Okay. Huh. Guess I didn't download it, but I had. All right. So it should be there now. Go to storage, get out of the ukulele, go back into the ukulele, scroll backwards. Try to alphabetize up on the housetop. All right, here we go. Let's see. Melissa says, sent my doctor a picture of Frere Jacques in the first page and showed her daughter. I thought it meant doctor. Then my daughter a picture of the Frere Jacques in the first page of Minuet and showed her. Oh, how exciting. Yeah, that's cool. I love it when other teachers look at my stuff. Yeah, because one, they know what they're looking at and they're like, all right, is it instructional? Is it how would I approach it? And to have them um, um, sort of question and discuss and whatever. And one of the things that I think that has been most rewarding about doing all this when I have other music teachers look at it, they're like, yeah, absolutely. That's what we really mean. There's this huge problem in music education, and that there's this history of how we do things that follows us around. Guitar, I'll speak specifically, but there's not in ukulele because nobody teaches ukulele right, except me. There's a little bit of ego for you. It's just not taught right. Ukulele is taught to be a fun activity, not necessarily a musical one. And so that's so no so it's pretty easy to just dismiss all that. But in guitar, it's different. Guitar should not be taught to little kids on a six-string full-size instrument. It shouldn't be done. It makes no sense, and yet we do that, and that's what we do, right? And they should all be starting on the baritone ukulele, all of them, because the skill set's identical. But we do it anyway because that's what's done. And the piano is the same thing. My neighbor down the hall has been taking piano lessons from somebody, and she's very religious about practicing, very very solid, puts in an hour a day, I think. And so often when I'm walking past her door, I hear her, and going down to the elevator, I hear her playing in there. And for the last 2 years, Bach's prelude, every single day. 2 years, the same song. She sounds pretty good about now, after 2 years of chopping that thing up. But, it's just what's done in piano. And you're just like, why are we doing that? That's not fun. But that's how it's done, right? And so there's this big, and so I do think when, professional teachers look at this and they're like, okay, we have this system, we use this, but this is how it's done. And they look at something like this and they see, wow, I started with Frere Jacques and now I'm playing Bach's Minuet. They're reading through it going, well, that's the basic melody. Oh, I didn't know those were the chords. We don't do chords like that in piano. And that all comes together. It sounds pretty nice. I mean, really, you guys should be really proud of yourself. This is not the way, this is advanced level thinking, and I'm never ever shy to let other music teachers see what is going on here, because this is pretty smart what we have going on. And I wish I had thought it up, but it was the lute players of the 15th century came up with this system. They had it upside down, but by the 16th century they had it straightened out. And amazing that it works. So yeah, gave her a, oh good, I'm glad that oh, she did. Oh, that's right. She's doing chemo. Yeah. Yeah. I had to take care of my mom for many, many years. At the time, it's just overwhelming, right? But um, yeah. All right. Up on the housetop. um, what do I want to say about this? Chords are basic, right? C, F, and G. By the way, Valerie, you'll be glad you did it in the long run, right? You'll be, yeah, I mean, I know it's a lot, but absolutely take time off to do that. It turns out taking care of your mom is more important than making music. It's just weird, All right. Up on the housetop, C chord. Up on the housetop, reindeer paws. Then you go to your F chord. Out jumps fast, dear old Santa Claus. That goes by really quick. Down through the chimney with lots of toys. F chord. All for the little ones, Christmas joys. This feels like really fast. Luckily, they're pretty easy to go along with chords. F chord. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? And then page 2, get my little machine working here. It's not going to work. It's saying, hey, I can't find the thing. All right, let me turn the page on the other way. So much technology standing in my way every day, peeps. All right, there we go. There he is. All right, page 2. Oh, ho, ho, who wouldn't go up on the housetop? Click, click, click. Down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Okay, so that's what we're working on. Okay, the chords are straightforward. We like that. Okay, those are day 2 chords for us. Then let's play the melody. Nice and slow. 1, 2, ready, play. Repeat, and then at the end put your 3 on next second time you come through. The next thing that we're going to be dealing with is then combining those two. Okay, and for you guys that have been here, you're level 1, just getting through your intro program. Remember, we're just taking the chords, combining them with the melody, and we're going to end up with something that sounds really nice. I'm going to use my thumb down to make sure we're going to walk through the whole thing. Then we'll go through and talk about those of you guys who are like, yep, I totally understand how all this works now. Talking about how you can make it your own and how to fancy it up a little bit and that sort of stuff. Okay, so grab your C chord, but in this case, it's a 003 C chord. Do that, and then 3-0. Hit this again. And notice I never move my ring. I mean, if I don't have to move something, I don't. Okay, 02, then 2 zeros, and then another 0, and then 003. Okay, grab your F chord and play all 4 strings. Hit the 0, 003, hit the 0, 02, 3. And you'll notice I ended up like this, but really it's a G chord, right? But I ended up with these 2 fingers just by my fingering choices there. Works. Okay. And then you go back to your C chord in 5. 02. 2 zeros, a 0, and 003. Okay. F chord. 02, 3. 0, 0. Okay, and we go to some Fs. Page 2. Nice G7 sitting there, right? So some zeros. F chord. Pinky on the top. Back to the 3s. 0, 2. Go back, play the whole song a second time. Okay, so of all of the Christmas tunes, this one's probably the easiest to get along with. Oh, Tannenbaum is also pretty easy to get along with. This song does not have too much to beat you up. The F chord with the 3 shows up, right? That's showed up on plenty of your music already. And then the fact that you're busy with playing every other every other beat through certain sections, you've got a new chord that you got to get on. So plenty of a little bit of a challenge for those of you who are newer. If you've been around a while, hopefully this is starting to make quite a bit of sense. Let's play through it twice. Okay, the first time I'm going to play through it, I'm going to do just what I did, just with my thumb. I'm going to keep the pacing steady. You'll play what you can. When you make a mistake, you guys know we just move right on. We don't care about that. You're going to make mistakes, okay? And you just can't let it be a part of who you are. It just whatever. And then the second time through, I'm going to come through. I'm going to go with claw. In addition to that, look at the end of measure 2. Okay. Reindeer paws. And then I've got 2 full beats with nothing going on. So I'm going to take and I'm going to add in some decorative notes. Just by, since I'm in the claw, I can easily add in some type of arpeggio picking. As long as I'm holding the chord correctly, I can hit any chordal note without any problem, right? And it's going to sound kind of cool. So first time through, I'm going to use my thumb. Second time through, I'm going to use my claw, and I'm going to add in some decorative notes. And you should give it a try as well. From the top. And by the way, if Tough Uke is not for you yet, okay, play the melody. Play the melody. You'll be happy, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. To the top. So that's a way to continuously be pushing yourself to level up. Well, if you know these chords, you're good. Okay. If you know how to play the melody, you're better. If you know how to play Tough Uke, you're great. If you know how to take Tough Uke and then decorate it more than it's already decorated, then you're awesome, right? and it doesn't need to be complicated songs. It's definitely, you start on a song like this was relatively straightforward, and that's where you start working in your other ideas to turn it into something really beautiful. So I like that piece a lot. Just for having a nice Christmas tune, not too hard to play. By the way, if you take time to read the words on that, I mentioned this in baritone class. Little Will, he gets a ball and hammers and attack and a whip, right? That's what he gets. And Nell, the little girl, gets a doll, right? So things were basically, society was already firmly entrenched in how things are by 1864. It was the middle of the Civil War. We couldn't have expected them to be progressive thinkers, right? They're just trying to just survive. All right, let's go grab the Minuet for a whole nother level. I think about Melissa's daughter getting that in the mail, like, what the heck is my mom working on? That's really exciting that you sent that to her. All those piano lessons paid off, Mom. That's exciting. That's she's a music teacher. All right, let's go to Minuet. Where is mine? Minuet. Minuet. Suite. Solo complete. All right. Come on. Give it to me. Give it to me. All right. So yesterday, remember, we worked on page 1. That's all you were supposed to do. I want to play through that a little bit. I'm going to play through it here in just a second, but I really want to move on to page 2, and I want to talk about that page more. Okay, so we'll talk about page 2 first. Let's see. Q says, I don't get it. Measure 5 says C chord, but plays finger on 3 and 2, not on the C chord. Okay, so Q, again, remember the C chord is the chord itself is for singing. Okay, so up on the housetop, reindeer for paws. That's the chord you're going to use for singing. Okay, but when it comes to melody playing, the and tough uke, you're still going to have to make on tough uke, you have to make adjustments for wherever the melody is. In this case, the melody note is a 3 on the 2nd string. Okay, so that's why we go. Okay, so it's still a C chord, but the melody is in charge. So we don't get to play the whole C chord. We only play part of it because the melody note hits before we hit this note. Okay, so that's why that's happening. When you look at the chords are there to help you build the shape, to have an understanding of how your hand should be shaped. But we may or may not play every single note that we're holding down. And often in tough uke, we will either add a finger, like if I'm holding a G chord, it's normal for us to have to add a 3 or a 5, okay? Or often we may have to take off a finger. It's very normal for us to have to lift this finger up when we're playing tough uke. So just know the chords are there for the singers and for those of you who like singing and strumming, and they do help you guide you in terms of how to think about how to place your hand on the fretboard, but we may or may not play all of the notes in that particular chord because the melody is in charge and the melody is messing around with the chord. And sometimes it means we have to add a finger and sometimes it means we have to take off a finger in order to get the melody correct. And it often means we're not going to play all 4 strings. So that's what's going on there, Q. Give yourself patience on that. The chord that's hanging out up on top is to help you get your finger and your hand in the right shape. But for example, in Minuet on page 2, measure 18, first chord is a G, and we play that. But then after that, we play a 3, which we're holding down. Then we play a 0, so we got to lift that up. We'll then put that back down to play the 2. So it's going to happen a lot where even the next measure, you're playing a D chord, and then you play this 2, but then you got to lift your ring finger up to get the 0 and then put it back down. So you're going to be modifying the chord when you play tough uke. You're always going to be modifying it either by adding fingers or taking fingers off. But the initial thought for every measure is, all right, now I'm now in an A major or a G major or a C major, whatever the major chord is. And so we generally can focus our hand around that shape. That's true in the beginning. As you get to be a more advanced player, those chords start moving up here, and that chord up there for the singers is almost, not completely, but almost no help to you. And so, yeah, be aware that those chord grids up there are meant for the singers, okay? And those of us who are instrumentalists, we have to know a little bit more about the way our instrument works. Maybe that answered your question, maybe not. All right, I want to get focused in on Bach's Minuet, page 2, measure 18. Okay, you're going to put your G chord on. Dum da da. Let me make sure I know how the melody works. Okay, so you got your G chord. Dum da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dum da da dum da 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 dum 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 da da dum dum da da dum 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 da da dum da da dum 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 da da dum dum dum. So that's the basic melody, and you can see the chords are nothing you guys haven't dealt with before. G chord, D chord, and A chord, C chord in there. You've done all those chords before. There is a messy thing that's going to happen in the tough uke, but for the most part, the chords are pretty straightforward. So now let's go dive into the melody. Okay, so from the top, 1, 2, ready, play. Wait, it's in 3. Let me recount it. 1, 2, 3. Kind of messed up the ending there. Let me play just from measure 30 again, and then let's talk about measure 12 for just or 22, and just say, we'll go from 30 so I can clean up my mess. 30. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's how we end that up. Sorry about that. Measure 22 is the harder section, right? You're playing along, you're like, oh, everything's going great. And then all of a sudden it's going to go racing all the way up to 10. What I have worked on with measure 22 is just looking ahead through the measure 0, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9. 0, 2, 4, 5. Okay, that's my second position notes. 0, 0, 2, 4, 5. And then I'm going to slide up to 7th position because look what I get. 7, 8, 9, 10. That's all of my next notes. 7, 9, 10, 9, 7, 9, 0, 4, 5. Okay, so that's what's going to happen there. Just talk yourself into playing in 2nd position and then 7th position, and you will get all of those notes in that little musical run there. Now, let's look at the tough uke line real quick. Again, a piano player would look at that tough uke line and go, okay, I see what's going on. I got my left hand has this chord and my right hand has the melody. They'll see that just plain as day on piano. But for ukulele players, all that gets smashed together into one thing. And we have a different, we are playing both hands in the same spot at the same time. And that's how tough uke works. That's why it's much more difficult to read our notation than it is piano notation, because in piano notation, you don't typically play on top of each other, but in ukulele, we have to. Okay, so what we're going to, and also that is set up for a low G just to make it cleaner, right? Most of you are on high G. So let's walk through the tough uke, every single thing, and then we'll go back and play it. So G chord to get started, then 3, 0, 2, 3, lift up your middle, put it back down. And then on measure 19, you have a D chord, 2, 0, 2, 2, lift up your ring, put it back down, and then go to a G chord at measure 20, 0, 2, 3. We don't play the whole chord. 0, 2, 3, 2. And then you've got this A chord, so just pull your index finger back from the 2 and grab the A chord, play 2 strings. And then I would use my ring finger for pinky, and then open. Okay, now I do a full A chord. Okay, and then 5, 7, and then up to 7. Now you're on 9. Notice in the next measure it says 10 with 3 7s. So you're going to take your bar on 7 and your 10 there. Okay, that's what you're going to look at. Come back to your ring finger on 9. Lose your ring finger to play the 7, still holding onto the bar. And then you're going to slide up to 9 and put the F shape in front of it. I'm not going to do that well on this little soprano ukulele. It's going to get where it's not happy with me. But a bar on 9, middle finger on 10, ring finger up here on the top on 11. Okay, that's the big chord. That's the big moment in this piece of music. And then 0, 4. Slide your pinky up to 5 and put your bar on 2. And then a couple of 2s in there. Okay, now we're going to go back to your G chord with your pinky on 5 and measure 26. And then 0, 0, 0, 7 and measure 27. 3, 2, 3. Okay, G chord, pinky on 5. Pull it back to 3. Middle finger on 2. D chord, regular. Ring finger to 3, then 2, then 3, and then O. Back to your D chord. Ring finger up, ring finger down, ring finger forward, O2. And then I got a normal C chord at measure 31. Hit the 2, hit the 0. G chord, pinky, 3. Pull it back, 2, and then push it back. Okay, so and then that bump is meant to teach you or lead you back into measure 18. So the page 1 you play it twice, then page 2 you're going to play it twice, and don't go on to page 3 because we're going to go into a different key and it gets quite a bit harder in page 3. If we were teaching you on this on piano, we would teach page 1 to you pretty early in piano. Page 2 is usually 6 months down the road because page 2 is quite a bit more challenging even for piano players. And pages 3 and 4, we don't teach you till 3 years in, right? I mean, because you're in a minor key and all this stuff. And so, guys, if you're fighting this one a little bit, you should be. This is really hard stuff, okay? Let's play through the page 2 one time, then let's go back through and play the whole thing. Okay, so page 2 from measure 18, just one time through. So treat, instead of playing measure 33, when you get to the bottom, play measure 34 as if it's the second time. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I should stop. Sorry. that's called a balk in baseball. You get in trouble for that. If the tough uke's too hard to play melody, right? Play melody. Here we go from the top. 1, 2, 3. Second ending. Okay, and then we will go on to page 3 and 4 tomorrow and the next day. Okay, now let's play the whole thing from the top, just one time through. That's a lot. Your brain should be hurting. Okay, so we're going to play from measure 1. We're going to skip 16, go into 17, and then we'll play 18 down through 34 again. Okay, so let's put the 2 pages together. All right, take your official full brain and fill it up. Again, if Tough Uke is too hard for you right now, go through and play the melody with me. And if both of those are pretty hard for you, just make sure you're getting 3 beats of each chord. G, 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 C, 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 G, G, G. Isn't it funny? That's what you're really playing. And if you're a ukulele player and you're too focused in on your chords, that's what you learn, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's what's going on underneath the music. Plain old regular ukulele playing, but what's going on above the music with this very complex melody, very beautiful melody, and when we tie them together, you got a pretty impressive group of pretty impressive way to play this piece of music. From the top, 1, 2, 3. Second ending. Page 2. On to page 3, right? One of the things I noticed is when I'm getting down that 9 major 24, okay, this ukulele just has officially run out of its skill set. Just so I have to get my bigger ukulele out to play this piece of music. I like playing the soprano because I don't know, it feels like home to me. But you should be playing your tenor, concert or tenor probably. Questions, comments, or thoughts on this piece of music? This is a lot. So if you are struggling just a little bit, you gotta say, maybe I'm not quite ready for that one. That's okay. No, okay. It is a lot. This is a tough piece of music. It's beautiful. It's worth the effort. You will be delighted with yourself. My sound just went wonky. Oh, okay. Probably means it's time for us to call it a day, right? YouTube does that on us from time to time. You guys know the drill. If the sound goes bad and we're done with the lesson or almost done with the lesson, that's enough for the day. If the sound is still fine, or if we're barely getting started, I will reboot. But at this point, we've been through everything. And so hopefully, if I'm sounding like a robot, then you know it's time to be done. So keep working on this piece. I will see all of you guys tomorrow because I'm worried about the sound. Let's see, grab the sound break. Okay. That's it. Bye. You guys have a wonderful day. When the sound goes bad, we know there's no fixing it. So have a wonderful day, and I will see all of you either in the next class, which is Bring a Torch to Net Isabella, or I will see you tomorrow and work on this stuff and have fun. Remember, Okay, so I'll see you guys later.